Hello there guys, and welcome to another edition of Star Wars Comics. And now we start a new Maul series. I know that's what you guys want. You guys will love these. It's Maul at his best. The comic series is simply called Darth Maul. 4 issues, dudes. That means 4 videos of Maul goodness. It came out in 2000, right after the release of The Phantom Menace, and it predates the events that we saw in that movie. It was in fact this mission given by Palpatine that showed Maul was ready to be unleashed. Like this video guys down below, let's get the hype going for this upcoming series, and now let's start with the first episode. With his lightsaber before him, Maul proceeded to meditate in darkness, getting in touch with his inner anger. Suddenly, he was removed from meditation. It was the many training droids that he used to keep himself ready for battle at any moment in time. He picked up his lightsaber, ignited it with a grin smile in his face, knowing full well this is where the fun begins. He jumped at the chance. With his dual lightsaber in hand, he went on to crush the droids. By now, he was a master of annihilation. He could demolish pretty much anything in sight. That's exactly what it did to the training droids, crushing them one by one until a dark looming figure appeared. Indeed, it was his master. This time he had a very important task for his apprentice. Ready to accept orders, Maul eagerly awaited what was to come. Most of all, he wanted to finally take on the sworn enemy of the Sith, the Jedi Order. Not today, however. Sidious was only taming the anticipation of his apprentice, fueling the anger that lived inside him so that he may one day destroy any Jedi unlucky enough to cross paths with him. No, this time around it was the Trade Federation that needed their help. As spineless as the Neimoidians were, the crime syndicate known as the Black Sun started to be a nuisance for everyone involved with the planning of the soon-to-be blockade of Naboo. This would be the task for Maul, to go and strike at the heart of the Black Sun. As per the orders of Sidious, he didn't need to eradicate them completely, as one day they might prove useful to Sidious. All they needed for now is to throw them into disarray so that the path would be clear for Sidious and the Trade Federation to proceed with their plans. However, Sidious immediately would remind Maul that failure was not an option. In saying that, every warrior needs their tools. One of them was presented to Maul just now. It was the Sith infiltrator known as Scimitar, which Darth Maul would use throughout his days in servitude to the Sith. Showing tremendous gratitude, Maul assured Sidious that he would not fail him as he entered the Scimitar, ignited the ship, and left with Sidious watching his apprentice leave to do his bidding. Evading the traffic of Coruscant, rushing to finish his mission, he initiated the cloaking device and flew away, but at that moment, someone felt something. It was Qui-Gon Jinn, close to where Maul had just passed with his ship. Obi-Wan, seeing his master distraught, asked Qui-Gon what was the problem. Jinn wasn't sure. It was like he suddenly felt something, a momentary disturbance in the Force, similar to a shadow passing over and eclipsing the sun. He had never felt anything like it. This was true actually, since the new modern Jedi had never encountered a Sith Lord. Remember, they were thought to have been extinct for millennia. Confused, Obi-Wan asked, "What does this mean?" To which Qui-Gon explained that the living Force constantly whispers to the Jedi. Most of the time, they don't immediately understand what it may tell them, but eventually the truth will show itself, and to Qui-Gon's credit, it did. He would feel the same emotion during his return to the starship on Tatooine. The moment he told Anakin to get down, the Sith were back, and the future would be grim for the Jedi from that moment onwards. This was the first sign of trouble for the Jedi and their order, but with that said, it is a great tidbit. Gives us a look at what was to come very, very soon. The source of this material is a great comic as well to read. It's from the Darth Maul comics that came out in 2000, right after the release of The Phantom Menace. People back then who read these, it must have been a treat for them. Coming fresh off the movie and seeing this part in particular with Qui-Gon and Maul engraved in this comic probably would bring a smile to your face if you're a true Star Wars fan. This will conclude today's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed, leave a like down below and a comment. Leave your thoughts. Let me hear from you guys. Have fun today, my friends, and may the Force be with you always.